This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to your July 28th exhibition game preview for the Edmonton Oilers versus the Calgary Flames this evening at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah, you better check Sportsnet. The game's scheduled. It's there. You're going to be watching hockey tonight. Yeah, that's your Tuesday night plans, all right? All right, that covered. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long journey. It's been since March 12th. The NHL has been on pause, and this afternoon, with the Philadelphia Flyers and Pittsburgh Penguins opening things up in the hub cities, the NHL returned. Now, this is one straight up for the record books in terms of everything that's gone on in the past several months. 4.5 months, if you want to be technical, since we last played hockey. Now, that comes with tremendous sacrifice, tremendous hardship, and a lot of things that we didn't think we'd ever have to live through. And here we are, thanks to our own efforts and the human spirit getting us through, ready to play hockey this evening at Rogers Place, 8:30 p.m. The Oilers, the Flames, renew the Battle of Alberta in a game that means absolutely zero zip zilch nothing other than the fact that you have to get your legs under you, you have to not get injured, and you have to make sure you're ready to go for Saturday, August 1st. Yeah, so you will be transitioning away from July to August 1st. So tonight is Christmas in July, and then all of a sudden August is like some kind of crazy holiday trip that I don't think any of us could have possibly planned for our summers back in, say, January. So, my friends, it is with that I will roll this out. I have been waiting a long time to roll this out. But I caution you first, if you're new to the channel, there will be a live stream tonight. Like, duh. I didn't just wait 4 months not to live stream the first televised Oilers game. So I will be live streaming my reaction. I hope to see everybody in there because we are going to celebrate the return of Edmonton Oilers hockey to our televisions this evening. You will not see this backdrop behind me because I will be over watching in real time on a real TV stream, and we won't have that silly 45-second delay. It'll be more like 5 to 10 seconds. Kind of think back to the night before trade deadline when I did it with my buddy Troy. That's where I'm going. Well, you know what? That's the same stuff I'm using this time around, and ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be mint. All right, anyway, we got to get to that lineup. I promised you that a few minutes ago. Let's get to it. All right, this directly from the EdmontonOilers.com website, in which they have their game day breakdown notes and stuff like that. And here you go. Something that really isn't that shocking outside of what we've seen at camp so far. Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, Kassian. Top line, that's been the top line all through camp. That's our role. You know what, I love this. We've heard glowing reviews of how good Nuge and McDavid have been together. We know how good Kassian and McDavid are together. And you know, no matter what you think about Zach Kassian, you have to have Zach Kassian on the top line in the playoffs with Connor McDavid, or there will be negative consequences. So here we go. Zach Kassian ready to put on a starring gritty role, and hopefully what's an incredible playoffs, as long as he makes sure to use all of this, not just 95% of it, especially tonight in this exhibition game against the Calgary Flames. Ennis, Draisaitl, Yamamoto, your second line. I've heard good things. Have you? I think all of us have. So you know what? Let's see how it works in game action. 4 lines, rolling 4 lines. Let's hope they light it up just as good as Nuge, Draisaitl, and Yamamoto. Honestly, it should be as good because Ennis, a trade deadline acquisition, you're hoping he's the guy to spark that top 6 and make it equal 7 in terms of, well, the effectiveness, right? 7 on 6 in the top 6. That makes no sense. But I'm just getting excited, a little bit too much so, and I'm just starting to say things. Anyway, Athanasiou, Haas, and Archibald. Where's Shan? Shan is apparently injured or some kind of thing, unfit to practice, play, whatever. He should be back soon from everything I've read. We won't worry about it too much. I'd rather, if they do have a guy that's a little banged up, they hold him out of this exhibition game and get this going. Technically speaking, I'd hope they'd hold McDavid and Draisaitl out, but if you're going to hold out your stars, you might as well hold out the entire roster and just not play, because you ain't going to tell me Nuge is not just as valuable as those guys, but only those two should sit and Nuge should play. Fair? Fair. Clefbaum, Larson, Nurse, Bear, Chris Russell, and Matt Benning are your defensive pairs. I believe they're going to carry 13 and 7. That means Nygaard's going to draw in. And that will also mean that Caleb Jones will draw in at some point tonight. Now, what I missed is the fourth line. Why did I miss the fourth line? Because this is going to be the battle of the playoffs. Who is your actual fourth line? I think Neil, Kara, and Chason, if they come out of the gates hitting, moving their feet, shutting it down defensively, and scoring a couple of goals a series, ladies and gentlemen, that is your third line. Of course, Jujar Kara, an insane penalty killer alongside Nuge. Chason, Neil, what of them? Top power play scores for us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, James Neal is at full health. Alex Chiasson, he's in the playoffs. He's got to use that big body, and we will have no problem on that fourth line. Third line, 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B, 4A, 4AA. Who knows, right? Who knows? Mike Smith, Mikko Koskinen, who knows what's going on in net tonight either. That's kind of been the fun challenge here from Dave Tippett, is I am yet to find anything across the internet from any legitimate source that says Mike Smith or Mikko Koskinen will start this game. He didn't tip his hand yesterday. I don't think he's been available today. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we sit with the lineup. Now, obviously, the other thing we have to talk about is it is the Battle of Alberta. It is the return of hockey, and it's the return of our fun times, right? Obviously, you talk about how the Battle of Alberta ended last time out. Well, now it would be nice to see how this all wraps up here in this exhibition game, because finally, in 2020, in terms of the 1920 season, this could be the last time we play the Calgary Flames. Are we going to see what we saw in those games earlier this year? Probably absolutely not, quite honestly, right? I doubt we see a goalie fight. I doubt we see 3 fights in a game. I doubt we even see 1 fight tonight. The reason I say that is it's going to be probably a little bit of a rat fest. Kind of one guy, like, I don't want to single out Matthew Tkachuk, but I'm going to do it anyway. A Matthew Tkachuk takes a run at a Zach Kassian, and they kind of go at each other, trying to make one tip over the scales a little bit and maybe grease a suspension going into game 1 of the play-in against Chicago or the Jets, right? Maybe. That's about where I kind of see everything going here. Is it's going to be a little tit for tat and try and push someone over the edge to not necessarily injure them, not necessarily anything, but get them out of the lineup due to suspension for game 1. That's the strategy. But where does that strategy at all work for you if you're risking a suspendable action to get a suspendable action back? A, you're risking injury. A, you're risking a suspension yourself. And C, you don't even play the Oilers or Flames in the play-in. There's zero chance you play them in the second round. So straight up, right, like you break down the math, this game's really not going to be all the Battle of Alberta is normally cracked up to be. But we say that, and ladies and gentlemen, you just never know. After all, it is our favorite sport of hockey, and you just don't know what comes next when it comes to hockey and the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames. So we look forward to seeing what they do this evening at Rogers Place. You've seen the lineup, don't know the goalies. All you know, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I will be live at 8 o'clock. That is my plan. Roll up to Troy's, get set up, get going, and as soon as I am ready, as soon as I've got enough water in my body, because my goodness, it is a cooker today all across Alberta, I'm going to get going, and we're going to enjoy the Flames, the Oilers, the Battle of Alberta, returning to our television sets here on July 28th from the Bubble in downtown Edmonton, the Ice District at Rogers Place this evening. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV right now. What I need in the comments section, of course, if you're scrolling down there, hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video as well. Let's get this out here. Let's get this going before this stream fires up at 8. However, I need your score predictions, because this is a game if somebody nails the score, I would be surprised. And I know traditionally when we do game previews during the year, we get at least 10, 15 score predictions in the comments. I imagine because this is the first hockey in 4 months, this is the first hockey anybody's really had in terms of the Battle of Alberta for several months. I imagine we can at least get 20 to 25 score predictions. So if you've tuned in this long, get down there, get talking, Let's talk the Oilers. Let's talk the Flames. Let's talk the Battle of Alberta. And let's talk at 8 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyson Dolynny, Dolynny TV. I am up on out of here.